Okay. So you might be thinking, okay, I have the high blood pressure and then I can take the medication and it will actually control it, and I can maintain and manage it with the lifestyle and the medication. But if you don't do anything, you might have some issues, like a complications. It would actually cause stroke. It would cause, again, blindness. Do you remember the last topic I was talking to you about diabetes? I said people don't die from any, and nobody is dying from having type 2 diabetes. People die from complications. High blood pressure is also similar. And one of them common thing with the diabetes is stroke. Other one, it would cause blindness, and it would also cause heart problem, heart attack, and heart failure and kidney failure. So you might be thinking, so how we develop having a high blood pressure? Okay, think about kidneys, because kidneys are dealing with the water. So water, if you have stress in your life, most of the time, like in the modern life, when you are dealing with the family, work, also traffic, any of the financial problems or the any life problems, you actually have some stress. Stress is actually happening when the adrenaline is overworking. So adrenaline is the hormone sitting on the kidneys. So it is putting pressure. And when the water is actually going around the body, if the stress is there, and then if your artery wall is also a bit narrow, it will go and damage the artery walls. That will start raising your high blood pressure when you check. So it could cause also with the lifestyle, diet, and stress as well. So that's why when you have the problem, high blood pressure, it would cause the kidney failure, because kidney is responsible with the water. And then also when it raises, it would damage the artery walls more. That's why when you check your blood pressure, it might be higher. That's why we say it high blood pressure. So how you can actually measure it? You can have it at home or at pharmacy. You don't have to really go to the doctor for it. But what I said with the symptoms and signs, if you have 2, 3 of them, and if you can't deal with those problems, you should really go and see a doctor. So that's why doctor will actually tell you whether you are going to be on the medication. But we are helping people without taking the medication, hopefully. Or if you have been taking the medications years and years, with this program, with the 30 days cellular cleanse, you will be able to reverse high blood pressure. Good news is this program is proven. It works really perfectly for high blood pressure. If you've been taking even the medication 20 years or more, within 30 days, if you are doing it 100%, you will definitely reverse the high blood pressure. We know it because in Nigeria, we helped hundreds and hundreds of people who had the high blood pressure and they reversed it. So don't worry about it. We will give you the solution in the minute, so you will know how easy it is to really reverse high blood pressure. So let's go to the next one. I will tell you the risk factor of the high blood pressure as well. Okay. Do you know when you go and see a doctor, you fill in a form and then they will actually tell you your family history. And if you watch me last week, I told you kind of like the genes are not the destiny, because we believe lifestyle is causing the lifestyle diseases. Okay, let me tell you how. So I will remind you again, your ancestors. If you are going to follow the same way of eating and the same way of cooking the food like your parents did, unfortunately, you will definitely get similar lifestyle diseases. I give you an example of myself and some of my clients. So, for example, in my family history, we have also high blood pressure common, and we also have history of diabetes and also cholesterol issues. But I didn't choose to go on that path of my parents or grandparents. Then I didn't actually have any of them. I am over 40, and then I don't have any of those. Reason is because the lifestyle diseases is caused from the choice of your kind of like a lifestyle, the way you eat, the exercise you actually take, and also doing like a mindful things like how you can reduce your stress. Remember, I was telling you about the breathing is important, how much oxygen goes into your brain. So these are very important to have it in your life, then you won't actually have a family history at all. So you can definitely reverse it and prevent yourself from any lifestyle diseases. Second one is, if you are overweight or obese, yeah, that's the other risk factor of having high blood pressure. I mentioned this before as well, because most of the people always ask me this question, how I am going to reduce belly fat. Yes, you should have concern about it. Most of the lifestyle diseases happening when you start having kind of like more weight around your belly, being overweight and obese. That's why this program is already helping people losing from 3 up to 10 kgs within 30 days, depends on how much fat you need to actually lose in your system. I think next time I will tell you about the fat loss, because our approach, the way body is working in this program, we are not losing water, we are not losing the lean muscle, we are targeting only fats. That's why you saw the cell diagram last week. We were saying to you, whatever happens, lifestyle diseases, it depends on how much fats accumulated in the trillions of the cells. That's why people start having lifestyle diseases. When you remove them, of course, you will remove them. Okay. Next one is the not being physically active. That's why I am telling you, please, if you don't do any other exercises currently, you can do some kind of like a walking 4 times a week, like a brisk walk. If you have problem with the arthritis, like inflammation in the joints, you can actually walk just normal. You don't have to do brisk walk. But if you are able to do brisk walk, it will also kind of help you for the heartbeat and cardios as well. So, but if you are currently doing any other exercises like swimming or yoga or any other activities, going to the gym, please continue doing so. That would also help you in this program, as well as for your lifestyle. And other one is using tobacco and alcohol. So some people actually have it daily, some people have it like a socially, but if you are having quite often, then actually it would also one of the risk factor of the having the high blood pressure as well. I think we can follow the slides. Yeah, can you add the other ones, please? And the next one is too much salt. Do you remember I tell you in this program we don't use table salt, because table salt focusing on the high sodium, because we have other minerals helping our body to function energetically. But if you are using the table salt, it's high in sodium, that cause also high blood pressure. Remember, I told you as well, stock cube like Maggi and Knorr. This is also got like a monosodium glutamate, MSG. Can you see it says monosodium in it, flavor enhancer. That's why it makes you addicted to it, gives you toxins and chemicals, cancer-causing substance plus extra sodium. And I know some people are using 2, 3, 4 of them in one meal, which is really dangerous. That's why high blood pressure is on rise, especially in Nigeria, I saw. Other one is too little potassium in your diet. So that's why I'm going to tell you the solutions in the minute. People don't really kind of understand where they should really get potassium and how they should get it. That's why in this program we focus on, we are giving you like banana, which has got potassium in it. We are giving you plantain, also got potassium, sweet potatoes, cocoyam, yam, all the other kind of some other vegetables as well. Most important things, how much you actually get it from the food you eat. That's why it's the preparation and cooking style is so important. So we tell you in a minute as well. Let's go and tell you about where we get also high sodium foods to contribute for high blood pressure as well. Okay, excellent. So you might be thinking, oh, I don't really use much salt, because if you have high blood pressure, doctor will tell you reduce the salt. I'm sure you don't probably use it. But do you know there are some hidden sodium in the foods when you buy the packaging food? So let me tell you what they are. Maybe it's not as common as the Western countries, but unfortunately in Nigeria, especially big cities, you started leading the Western diet as well. You go to the supermarket and you, because of the convenience, you started getting the packaging food, canned food as well. Let me tell you where you get the hidden sodiums. If you get like anything smoked, by the way, your smoked fish, I believe you get it from the kind of market. They might not use the salt as much, but smoking is causing cancer-causing substance. When I talk to, when I do the cancer topic next time, I will probably tell you what are the carcinogens and where we get them from. So I will tell you more that time. But smoked fish or anything smoked you are getting, it is also got the problem, especially they might have some sodium in it. Cured means like a kind of ham and bacon kind of thing if you are having. If you are buying, it's not really common in Nigeria, I believe, canned meat, like in the UK and some of the other Western countries, they have it in the supermarket.
Excuse me, Serap.
Yes.
Serap. Yeah,
I'm listening.
I mean, when you say smoked meat, what about those that love eating suya? You know
yes.
You know what they call suya?
Yeah, I know. It's like a barbecued, like a meat and the chicken, isn't it? Okay, on the street. Okay, suya, I was gonna tell you, because they are using probably also like marinating with some spices and the salt. But the thing is, when you are gonna grill it, it's actually caused like using a flame, like high temperature. And this is actually a cancer-causing substance. I will explain it to you more. So when I tell you the names now, you might not remember, but when I show you in the cancer session, so you will remember how many different cancer-causing substances you are having when you have the suya or fried fish, grilled or barbecue food. They are not really helping you at all for your lifestyle diseases and cancer-causing substances. Then we are actually recommending you to use electric skillet instead of the grilling, barbecuing, or any other way of like frying as well.
Sorry, Sarah. Sarah, there's a question. There's a question for you.
Sure.
Okay, Sarah, please, I quite appreciate this, but considering Nigeria, where we don't even have a way of preserving our food, and the
Yes.
only way we can preserve is to add a little bit of salt, because salt is also a preservative thing. And at times these lectures, we must consider the country we live, because Nigeria, as at now, we don't have light for 7 days, 8 days. I'm being honest. Yeah. And if I have to eat and I need to eat, there is a way to preserve those meals, because it's not easy for me to be going to market every day. So what do we do as Nigerians? Because when you are communicating, communicate to us as Nigerians.
Yes, of course we do. Reason I am giving these examples, maybe you don't eat it, but some people still buy the things from the supermarket as like ready or kind of prepared. Not many people do the preparation at home. And for your question is, if you are preserving it with the salt, please use rock salt. Rock salt has got other minerals, but if you are going to use the table salt, will give you sodium. That's why we are helping people to really stay away from the high sodium, but you can use the rock salt.
So, Dr. Serap, do you mind recommending any kind of raw salt that we should use? Do you mind recommending any?
Yes, I would recommend. The thing is, again, if you have high blood pressure, please consider on not having high salty, like a high sodium food. That's why I'm actually explaining here. But rock salt is okay for preserving the food.
Please say it again, please.
Okay. I believe in Nigeria, you can find rock salt, which is a natural salt. It's got all the other minerals. Then they can actually preserve their like a meat or fish or chicken if they are going to preserve it.
Okay.
What's sea salt? Sea salt, okay.
That's a raw salt.
Okay, sea salt. Okay, sea salt for cooking instead of table salt. But if you are going to preserve any food, sea salt is not going to preserve it as good as the rock salt.
Okay. Then so that is it possible, especially for the hypertensive cases, to skip salt? Is it possible?
Okay, good question.
Yes, to skip salt.
That's right. That's why I'm saying, if instead of preserving it with table salt, rock salt is gonna be safer for you. That's why this is the answer for your question.
Okay, so rock salt can be having for cases.
But can I tell you one thing? If you have high blood pressure already, during this program, please don't do any of the salted ready things you already done. Just follow the program first. Then gradually, second month, like when you complete, on your second month, you can gradually introduce like a once a week, not really every day or 2-3 times, just in moderation. Okay.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, I continue. Okay, the examples I gave you here, it could actually refer to some of the Nigerian people if they are buying it. That's why I was telling you about the bacon. Some people eat, some people don't eat because of the religion things as well. Like Muslim people don't eat bacon or ham, but some other people do. Especially I met some people in Nigeria, they do have it, like a sausages, bacon for their breakfast weekends. That's why this has got the high sodium foods as well. I'm not going to tell you about sardines, caviar, and anchovies. Maybe it is not related to Nigeria, but some canned fish also might have high sodium foods. Let's go and tell you, let's skip some of them. Salted nuts. Salted nuts, I believe, is common, like cashew you buy. I saw it in your supermarket. I saw salted groundnuts on the street, maybe also in the supermarket. They are using table salt, not rock salt, of course. And some beans. It's good that you are buying your beans and soak it, because some people tend to buy canned beans, which is cooked and ready. And what I mentioned earlier, table salt. This has got high sodium foods. Shall we go to next one, please? So the next slide is about high sodium foods. Okay, the list you can see here, you can actually find it in Nigeria. High sodium foods, I mentioned some of them, but I haven't really mentioned all of them earlier. Okay, you see these bananas I give you quite often for your smoothie, and the sweet potatoes. And you can see pumpkin there. Pumpkin is a kind of like a fresh one. You probably use it in your cooking, I believe, and pumpkin leaf. And you have yam, cocoa yam, plantain, avocado. Remember your menu, I'm giving you whatever is on the list, you have it actually quite often. That's why this is going to help you to reverse the high blood pressure. I will tell you in a minute what's happening in the kidneys, why people actually have the high blood pressure. So green leafy vegetables. Do you remember you have ugu, you have ukazi, you have different kinds of green, and spinach and other ones. I tend to give you for your dinner, for your lunch, and sometimes you use it in your smoothie. Can you imagine how much potassium foods you are currently having in this program? And then you are already avoiding the high sodium foods, and your body is gonna balance it. Let me tell you, because I haven't really sent you the slide for it, because more kind of like imagining this. Think about I mentioned about kidneys. So we have two important minerals in the water, actually responsible for the high blood pressure. So one is the sodium, one is the potassium. That's why we are mentioning the two minerals here, especially. It is actually shown in the body when you have more sodium level in the water and low potassium level in the water, that start causing the high blood pressure. That's why people start taking the medication. So our aim in this program, reducing sodium and now increasing the potassium. You are getting the balance better, or if you have more potassium, it's even better for you. That's why people automatically reverse the high blood pressure. And why do you think on the list, most of the Nigerian people already eating before they actually started using the Saladmaster cooking system? Is that right? But why do you think they still have the high blood pressure? It could be they are having too much sodium. And the second reason, the way they cook their sweet potatoes, their yam,
Okay,
plantain. Yes.
Me.
Hold on. Can I just complete this part? Is the most important. Then I will take the question.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank
you. Because this is the way why people are losing the potassium, even though it's actually currently grown in Nigeria. Why they can't actually have it, and people are taking medication instead. Okay. So sweet potatoes, yam, cocoa yam, plantain, or even green leafy vegetables, whatever the food you are cooking in your current, like for example, if you don't have the Saladmaster cooking system, I believe if you are doing this program, you have it, otherwise you are not going to get the result. I'm only giving you an example. If you know some other people have the problem and why they can't actually get the potassium, you can also help them at the same time. Remember on the menu, I always say, cook your sweet potatoes, yam, cocoyam, plantain in the culinary basket. Yeah. Every starchy vegetables has got starch. Starch is actually causing the kind of like high glycemic index, which is the measuring how much sugar in the carbohydrate you eat. So now when you cook it in the culinary basket, what it does is takes excess of the starch, which is the sugar, isn't it? Yeah, perfect. So you are getting rid of excess of sugar. But do you think you also get rid of the vitamins and minerals? No. Okay, because the way they cook it with the skin on. So I'm sure they explain it to you more, but if you are going to peel any of those, sweet potato or cocoyam, plantain, and yam, before you start cooking, you will start losing the 50% nutrients, because when you peel is the potassium or vitamin B and C just under the skin. That's why you see like an orange color underneath. That's where your vitamins and minerals are. That's why when you actually peel it and using water and high temperature, and then using the like aluminum or stainless steel or other cookware, it is going to also cause steam. By the time you eat your maybe organic starchy vegetables, you are gonna get around 10–15% nutrients. And you know that in Saladmaster cooking system is also proven that when you de-starch, even with the water, that water is not causing any issues. That's there to get the excess of the starch, and you are retaining 93% nutrients. Now, can you imagine cooking your starchy vegetables in your Saladmaster cooking system? You are getting 93% nutrients, which means other one is the potassium. That's why you already reverse it naturally without thinking about it. Green leafy vegetables, exactly the same. We cook it only low temperature, about 5 to 7 minutes to retain all the color, all the nutrients. That's why when you do this program and using Saladmaster cooking system, without thinking about it, you will start taking off the medication after 30 days. By the way, you are not going to make a decision. You will go back to your doctor and get your blood pressure checked. They will definitely tell you, take off the medication. I am very confident on this, honestly, because I've been doing this like 12 years now, this program. And then, as you know, I've been also in Nigeria the first time, 2013. So we saw many people already reverse high blood pressure, any of the lifestyle diseases. And the last one is mushrooms. As you know, we are using the mushrooms instead of chicken, meat, and fish as well, like which gives you protein. As you can see, is also potassium-rich food and boosting your immune system at the same time. Excellent. So I can take the question now. Sorry, the last one is beans. Again, high potassium. You might be thinking, oh, I have high blood pressure. If you still have a doubt, please get rid of that doubt. Please just believe that you can, because as you can see, all the food is listed for potassium. You already have it in your menu. Yeah, beans are the last one. Great. Before I move to the other topic, I can take some questions about high blood pressure.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Serap. So your question now.
Okay, Sarah.
Yes.
that low sodium, I mean, if one is hypertensive, that we need low sodium. Is it
Yes.
low sodium? Is it high potassium or with low potassium?
Ah, okay. Are you talking about high blood pressure or low blood pressure? So can somebody repeat the question? It wasn't clear. I'm sorry.
Said, talking about the minerals that are needed.
Yes.
In raised blood pressure, do we have low sodium plus high potassium or low sodium and low potassium food?
Ah, okay, I know what you mean. Okay, basically people already have the high blood pressure. They were having the high sodium. Our aim to give you to be honest with you, sea salt, for example, or rock salt has got sodium in it, but as well as other mineral. That's why we are asking people to avoid the sodium as much as they can, and then increase the potassium foods to get the right ratio in the water, which causing the pressure in the artery walls. That's raising your blood, high blood pressure, raising your blood pressure, I mean.
In terms of the water fluid intake, as much as how many liters do you expect?
Okay.
In terms of
water, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, basically, I already sent you the list of the things what you should follow, and it says there already 2 to 3 liters of water. Reason is because you are having high fiber foods, so that will help you to remove them, eliminate them from your system, like a flushing out the toxins, excess of the fats and the hormones, also what's called carcinogen in your system. Okay.
Okay, we'll have another question here.
Okay, yes, I take the questions for high blood pressure, then I move to heart disease.
Dr. Serap,
Yes.
we talk about high blood pressure. Well, we really don't talk about the low pressure.
Okay, that's a very good question. Generally, I do this topic because it's the most common problem actually in people. And the low one is, okay, if you really follow this program, it will definitely help you for the low. The problem is with people, either high or the low, not getting enough minerals from the foods. Do you see? The way you cook, the way you choose your foods, when you really follow the menu, you will definitely balance your low blood pressure at the same time.
Okay.
It's the balancing the minerals, basically. That's why. Either low or high.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Serap.
You're welcome.
I think you can continue now. You can continue now.
Okay, let's go to the heart disease now. Okay, everybody okay? We don't have any question from the chat. Did you check the chat as well?
Yes, I did. There are no questions on the chat. There are no questions
Okay,
there.
excellent, excellent. Hold on. All right, let's start. Can you please unmute, sorry, mute some people? I can hear some words.
Done.
Excellent. Okay, let's move.
You can continue, Dr. Serap.
Okay, sure. Let's talk about the heart disease, and there are 3 types of the problem in the heart. And so how you can actually identify it. It's the most common one is the people might have chest pain or discomfort, upper back or neck pain, indigestion or heartburn. People might feel like vomiting, extreme fatigue, like very tired, and also upper body discomfort, dizziness, and shortness of breath. So if you have some of the things you are having, so it doesn't really show you kind of like a beforehand. Some people might be thinking before you have the heart attack. So because heart attack happens like that, basically, doesn't really give you the sign and the symptoms very quick, like 2-3 days before. And also some people might feel like a bit sweating as well, and fainting too. So these are the signs and the symptoms of having the heart attack. Other way of feeling like the fluttering, because some people have like a fluttering sensations in the chest, and they might feel like I am having a heart attack. Actually, that could be the palpitations. It is the kind of like it's causing by anxiety. So if you are under stress, if you have worry and the things in your life, if you have that kind of fluttering, you can still go and see a doctor. They will tell you exactly what you have. Yeah, palpitations, people might get panic about it. Heart failure. So for the heart failure of the signs and symptoms, shortness of breath, swelling of the feet is like a circulation problem people might have. That could be in the feet, ankle, abdomen, and or neck veins. So when you have this kind of problem as well, you should really go and see a doctor and check your heart, whether you have the heart failure. So they will probably give you some kind of medication to speed up the circulation. Then you will actually improve the problem. But I'm only telling you at the moment signs and symptoms, but we will tell you the solutions later. So let's go to the next one. What are the risk factors of having heart disease? I believe this is also getting very common, especially these days after the pandemic. People have so much issues in the Western countries. Maybe you don't have as much in Africa right now, but you still need to prevent, and you still need to really kind of like change your lifestyle. First one, remember I told you about diabetes again, one of the complications, but one actually heart disease, and other one is high blood pressure. I mentioned it before. And if you have high blood cholesterol, this could also cause heart disease. Being again overweight and obese, and unhealthy diet. For example, if you are leading to have too much kind of like a saturated fat, toxic fat, and also trans fat, which is your sticky fat. This is also packaging food, high sugar diet. This kind of things also leading to have heart disease. And people who are physically inactive. For example, if you are working in the office and having a sedentary lifestyle, if you are driving always, but not really having any time to move your body, this will also cause the problem in the heart disease. Reason is because you are not really having a cardio exercise to pumping the blood around the heart and the body. That's why it would also start causing the problem in the heart. Shall we go to the next one, please? Okay, I'm going to tell you about what is the biggest heart problem causing the heart disease is the coronary artery disease. This is the most common one. It's also causing the heart is not functioning well, and plus if it's actually clotting. So when we are ready for the, oh, did I not continue? Sorry, I probably haven't seen the other ones. Okay, other factor is smoking and excess of the alcohol. As we already know, all of the things causing the lifestyle diseases anyway is included the heart disease. So this is what I mentioned, the most common one for the heart disease is the coronary artery disease. This is the, because the blood can't pump, because we have the kind of like narrowing and blockage of the fat around the arteries. This is actually not allowing heart to oxygen and the nutrients to travel from the heart and around the body to give us all the nutrients our body to function. Because of the buildup of the, as you can see, do you remember from the also cells, the same thing is the yellow. This is like a fats, aren't they? But remember, these fats are not the good fats. These fats are the sticky fats. And I already mentioned before, the fats are accumulated trillions of the cells around the organs. That's why people start having lifestyle diseases. The same as for the coronary artery disease is built up around the arteries. Now, blood actually can't go through the heart because of the clotting, plugging, I mean. That's why it is kind of making heart to get really kind of like tired, not functioning well, is trying and trying and trying, but after a while it start actually failing and causing the heart attack in the end. So I will tell you the type of them as well. So we can actually move to the two main forms of coronary artery disease, please. Okay. Let me tell you that. Okay, there are two main forms of coronary artery disease. One is stable, this is the one. One is stable ischemic heart disease. So this is the one, coronary arteries gradually narrow with those fats, and the oxygen and blood can't really reach any of the organs. That's why it is actually causing the problem. The second one is acute coronary syndrome. This is a sudden form, that's a medical emergency. Okay, what happens is when the plaque is kind of going around your coronary artery, suddenly ruptures, so that causes the blood clot. So that blood clot blocks the blood flow going around the body and the brain. Do you remember some people have issues also like a stroke? This is actually one of the problems. And if we have these blockages, it will also cause the heart attack. That's why coronary artery disease is the most important one for the heart disease to understand. And the other one is responsible how much cholesterol in your blood. So I'm gonna tell you in the minute in the cholesterol, that's also is actually causing the clogging in the arteries, causing the heart problem as well, heart attack or heart failure. So I believe this is actually finished. So what I will actually explain it to you after the cholesterol. I will tell you the solutions, how you can protect your heart. Yes. Other one is atherosclerosis, which is the build-up plaque in the arteries. This is actually from the blood cholesterol you might have. Plaque consists of cholesterol, weight products, calcium, fibrin. This is actually also causing the blood clot as well. Also, arteries can become narrow and stiff. That's why when it becomes narrow and stiff, blood can't go through the arteries, pumping the blood from the heart and going around the body and organs. I think I already covered this. So I'm not going to take any question until I finish the cholesterol, because they are all linked to each other, heart disease, cholesterol as well. So let me explain it to you. Okay, people might be thinking how I am actually building up this plaque in my arteries and it start causing the problem of the heart disease, also heart attack. So remember, if you don't have a gene-related problem, because some babies are born the problem with the heart already, it could be genetic, but most of us, when we are born, we are having very clean arteries. So there is no any waste products, there is no any cholesterol or the sticky fats, nothing is accumulated. It's all clean. This is the phase 1. Can you see? Okay, let's go to, when we go to the phase 2, for example, when you start giving your kind of like your children maybe like cook food. So if you are using sticky fats, you probably know it already what they are, but I will tell you in a minute. Saturated fat, oxidized fat, which is the oil used in the cooking. Another one is trans fat. So when you are going to start feeding your children with the cooked food and the packaging food, they are already building some kind of like waste products and the sticky fats in their arteries. And when they go to phase 3, which is more adult, I would say, because it doesn't happen over the night, it's a gradual thing. And if you are eating fried food, packaging food, all the sticky fats quite often, so you are building more and more. So can you see, this is actually narrowing your arteries. So you now have more sticky fats, more waste products in your arteries and very little space left for blood to go through around your arteries. So I think when you reach here, this is kind of like a developing the cholesterol already. So if you are not doing anything on the phase 3 or doing like a 30 days cleanse and flushing out all the sticky fats and the waste products from your cells and the system and arteries, so you might actually build more gradually. When you reach the phase 4, unfortunately, you are not going to have enough space for blood to go through. It will put more pressure, and then you will have, you know, I told you about the chest pain, discomfort, heartburn, that kind of like a symptoms and signs before you have heart attack. These people might have some operations to open up some arteries, but this is not a solution, unfortunately. That's why we are helping people before they have any surgery. You shouldn't really mistreat your body. Okay, it doesn't matter, I can eat anything, doesn't matter. I have the cholesterol problem, I will still lead the same style. Unfortunately, your body is not going to function well. And then one day you might collapse and you go to the hospital and doctor will tell you, you have to have a surgery because it's kind of too late. Our aim to help any of you here who joined for the completely cleanse and flush this cholesterol from your system, and you will be able to prevent and reverse cholesterol as well as the heart disease. As you know, in this program, if you currently have diabetes, cholesterol, and high blood pressure already, 3 of them might cause the heart disease and stroke. If you have even 2 of them, remove 1 of them. Maybe you have only 2 of the 3. So you can still have heart disease and stroke. That's why you are given this opportunity this time to really cleanse. Do you remember now in this program, you are going to start cleansing, even though you are already coming here, the last phase. But doctor didn't tell you, maybe, or doctor maybe told you, you have to have a surgery sometime. You have an appointment like 3 months later. You can still do this program gradually, depends on how much you need to cleanse. So you can remove back. Can you imagine? You can even go back to the phase 1. So when you have that, your energy level is going to go up. So you can do physical activity better because your heart rate is going to be much better. You can do lots of like walking, jogging, even going to the gym. Your heart is going to function better. It doesn't matter how old you are. Basically, when I really work with people, they are almost 70 or 60 or 70, it doesn't matter. They haven't had any exercise 20, 30 years because of their lifestyle diseases. After reversing it, they go back to the gym or they do some of the exercise they couldn't do because of the short of the breath, or they couldn't really, their heart wouldn't allow to do any exercise basically. So yeah, I can tell you, if you are going to really continue doing this 30 days, your result is going to be amazing. Great. Shall we go to the next one, please? Okay, what causes high cholesterol? Can you imagine? I've been telling you most of the lifestyle diseases caused by common things most of the time. Like, as you can see in this picture, kind of unhealthy diet, and maybe sedentary lifestyle, being obese, overweight, and smoking, alcohol, stress level, and then the other thing is actually kind of age. So age wouldn't be, because even I believe young people are having cholesterol. If you, especially the lifestyle we are leading in this century at the moment, people tend to have more ready meals. Maybe you don't have as much because you do more cooked food, but the young people eat from outside a lot, I believe, even in Nigeria I saw. And fried chicken, fried like fries as well, chips. And people probably, I saw like all the packaging food, all sort of things, what I said to you, cakes and biscuits and chocolates, even your children as young as probably 8, 9 years old having the cholesterol and heart problem. Because I meet people at the moment, the children, not even teenager yet. Can you imagine? Teenager age starts from 11 years old. Now 8, 9 years old having problem with the hormones, having problem with the weight, being obese, heart disease, diabetes. Of course, if you have a heart problem, you probably have the cholesterol as well. I'm not referring anybody here over 40 anymore, as young as children. That's why if you are going to follow it, do it with your family. If your children have some issues with the food as well. So you can actually encourage them to join you as a family. You can actually achieve, and they are going to have a better, life and lifestyle in the future. You don't have to worry about them. Yeah. Shall we go to the next one, please? Okay, types of cholesterol. You might be thinking, you've been telling me about cholesterol, but there are two different ones. One is a good one, but one is a bad one. So which one I should avoid, which one I can actually increase? Okay, so what happens here, I'm talking to you low density lipoprotein, which is the cholesterol actually is in the food you are having, which caused by the sticky fats. Can we go to the first one? Yeah. Okay, let me remind you again where we get the, okay, sorry. Let's go to the bad cholesterol first. So bad cholesterol, as I told you, low density lipoprotein carries cholesterol to your cells. When you have too much low density lipoprotein, it can build up in your artery walls, causing them to narrow, and the blood can't flow around the body, and then it will actually cause even the heart problem, heart disease, and heart attack. That's why we were telling you earlier, sticky fats is causing the heart problem heart attack in the coronary arteries. Do you remember? This is actually your bad cholesterol. How about the other one? So how can we now neutralize the bad cholesterol with the good cholesterol? And good cholesterol is the high density lipoprotein, carries the excess cholesterol in your blood back to your liver. So what happens here? So when you have the bad cholesterol, when you eat the good cholesterol, which is the good fats, so this is going to now carry the bad one back into your blood and towards the liver. This is going to start cleansing and removing excess of the bad cholesterol from your system. Remember, if you don't have enough fiber in your diet, even the liver can't remove it. Liver is dealing with the toxins, like excess of the hormones, carcinogen. But where you can remove it from your intestines. Your intestine needs fiber. That's why when you have the fiber and the good fats, it will remove the bad cholesterol automatically from your system. Even though you have all those things I showed you earlier, it can be cleansed and go back to the phase one. This is actually very possible. That's why we are showing you here how you can increase also good cholesterol. So shall I show you first what kind of food you eat increasing the bad cholesterol? Then we can show you the good fats to remove them from your system. Okay, so I know I mentioned quite often in the heart disease and the cholesterol about sticky fats. So sticky fats, I showed you last one like a gum, like a chewing gum. It's really sticking in your hands when you even touch it. So this is very hard to remove from your system unless you have a good fat and the fiber. So where do we get them from? Saturated fat. So saturated fat, remember, that's why we don't eat animal products such as meat, poultry. Poultry is like a chicken, turkey, any kind of birds if you eat. And also fish, margarine, cheese, milk, like animal proteins, and the butter. So these are the things you should really avoid in this program in order to remove more of the sticky fats from your system. Second one, we call them oxidized fat. If you are buying the things liquid, like for example, sunflower oil, before it becomes sunflower oil, it was the seeds. That's why you should eat the sunflower seeds instead of having the extracted sunflower oil. So when they extract it, it becomes 100% fat. So when it happens like that, so now what you are going to do, the sunflower oil or groundnut oil, palm oil, any other oil or coconut oil extracted. If you are going to do any plant-based oil, if it's actually heated in your cookware, it will cause oxidization. It becomes toxic fat. I explained this before, but I'm repeating this because this is the very important part. So when you are gonna now add the oil, heat it, and putting garlic, ginger, onion in your cooking. So if even though they are organic, they are going to become toxic fat. So now you are putting the pepper, you are putting the tomato, other ingredients and vegetables. By the time you eat your food, goes into your system as a toxic food. That's why you should really avoid the oxidized fat. Remember, in the Saladmaster cooking system, we don't use any oil. That's why this is actually, we are avoiding our body to have this oxidized fat. And when you don't use the oil as well, when you cook your garlic, onion, ginger, and any other ingredients, it turns into medicine instead of toxins. That's why with this program and the Saladmaster cooking system, helping you to reverse and prevent lifestyle diseases within 30 days. Can you imagine? So that's why you are in the right place, in the right time. Okay, trans fat. So where do we get the trans fats from? Margarine. You are getting it from the, the cookies, biscuits, cakes, even Milo, like your chocolate drink has got saturated fat. Any packaging food, when you really read hydrogenated fat or trans fat, please avoid them. And in this program, we don't give you any packaging food or margarine anyway. So as you can see, 3 of them we are already avoiding. That's why you are not getting any bad fats during this program. But we believe after this program, you will continue similar lifestyle. You can have some saturated fat only in moderation, but completely avoid the oxidized fat, even trans fat, rest of your life if you can. Okay, if you go to the parties, you can, after the program, of course, you can have in moderation a little bit of trans fat, but try not to have oxidized fat at all, because you have a solution, which is Saladmaster cooking system. All right, let's go to the next one, please. Okay, remember we told you about HDL, which is the good cholesterol. So good cholesterol are the good fats, I call them. And then, as you know, we are actually giving you in the menu avocado, raw nuts, and seeds. Why raw nuts and seeds? Why they are not roasted or salted? Remember, if you are going to heat any of those nuts and seeds, for example, groundnuts, so you go and buy them on the street. So they are using the kind of like a excess of heat. They are using kind of something aluminum. And because of the oil in the nuts and seeds are very fragile, when they are heated in the high temperature, they will also cause oxidization, which is your oxidized fat, yeah? And the plus aluminum or whatever the material they are using is got toxic metals goes into that. They might be using the table salt. So when you are eating them, you might feel the acidity, which is the toxic. Like you are feeling the toxins basically when you feel the acidity. And because I have similar experience myself, I felt like a bit acidity and some spots on my face when I had it on the street. So then I started cooking it in the electric skillet. Most of you probably have it at home when you roast, when you use it as a kind of like an oven, roasting, grilling, frying, which is your electric skillet. So if you do your groundnuts, or any other nut slightly roasted, so you will actually avoid those toxicity. But in this program, you can slightly roast the groundnut to have more protein. Please keep the other nuts as raw and the seeds as raw, because you don't have to really roast them. If you really like roasted nuts, you use only electric skillet and sea salt. Yeah. Maybe one day, because we have 2 more weeks, one day we can demonstrate maybe how you can, the roast the groundnuts in the electric skillet. So in the office, I will arrange that for you. Okay, other one is the coconut. So remember, the coconut we are giving you in this program, not coconut oil, we are giving you as coconut chunks. You can actually use it in your salad, in your smoothie, and even jollof rice. Because jollof rice, I believe people tend to put quite a lot of oil, like an old style. In this program, if you are going to enjoy the jollof rice more, like a moist, so I get people to grate the coconut with the Saladmaster salad machine. Then you can add it maybe 3-4 minutes before you're cooking. Then you will get very delicious and nice jollof rice. Olives in this group, but don't worry, this is like a general things, because in Africa, you don't really grow olives, so you don't really have to have it. As you can see, I don't really give it to you in the menu as well. I'm only putting it here as an example where you get the good fats. And you see, I am also giving you this as protein and also fiber, as well as good fats. We are not using any extracted oil at all. That's why you can remove the excess of the bad cholesterol from your system if you eat them with the fiber, as well as good fats. Okay, I think what I'm going to say, if you already, can we go back to the phase 1, 2, 3, 4, please? Then I will recap from there.
Serap, can you say it again?
Okay, I completed the slides. I'm asking you, if you just go back to the arteries, the phase 1, 2, 3, 4, then I will recap.
Okay. This one?
No, the kind of round arteries. It says phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. In the cholesterol topic. Yeah.
Okay, this right?
That's the one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I think everybody probably understood about the cholesterol and heart disease. So if you have any questions, you can ask me in the minute, but I would like to really recap and explain it to you about the heart disease and cholesterol on the slide. Probably it will make more sense. Remember, I told you about the normal arteries. Yeah, we are born if you don't have a gene-related problem in the heart. So we all have the phase 1. Yeah, agree? And the phase 2, we said we build up this when we are introduced food, when we are little. If the parents give us the food like packaging food and cooked food with oil, yeah, like oxidized fat or margarine. So then you will start building this phase 2. So what I said, if you are an adult, now you are eating more over the time. Of course, doesn't happen over the night. Years later, you will start getting some problem here. Phase 3, when you have cholesterol, and it starts plugging up all like with the bad cholesterol, sticky fats around your arteries, yeah? And what we said, bad cholesterol we had, and the waste products. Waste products could be your toxic food, anything is carcinogen as well. It would cause the narrowing the arteries as well. But the most important thing is the bad cholesterol causing this. Can you see? So bad cholesterol is the, I repeat, saturated fat, oxidized fat, and the third one is the trans fat. If you are eating these most of the time, of course, this is going to be your cholesterol. So now think about the person still not careful and having the medication for cholesterol or heart problem. Maybe some people are having the medication for diabetes, for high blood pressure, yeah? So now your arteries is narrow more and more. So that's why people have the heart attack, the stroke, when they have the issues. What we said here, if you remove the bad cholesterol from your system completely, now what we said is have the good fats, which is your avocado, your raw nuts, your seeds, and also coconut, which is the not the coconut oil, chunk of coconut unshelled. And then other one is the olives. Don't worry about olives, remove it. We are eating the good fats with the fiber to remove it from our intestines, yeah? So that's why you can get rid of the bad cholesterol eating the good fats and the fiber. So this is gradually going to help you go back to the first one. How we can achieve it during the 30 days you can, as you can see, we already removed and give you the right things. Your body is gonna flush it out and eliminate them through your intestines as well. So do you think it is possible to really reverse cholesterol and even the heart problem? Because you are going to reverse at the same time diabetes and high blood pressure cause heart disease as well. So this is very simple to really explain it to you. I hope everybody really understood. That's why this program is designed to help all of you. I'm not saying some of you, all of you, if you really do 100%, but the principles are, again, 4 steps. If you follow this program with the having only plant-based, you are going to have the good fats only, removing the bad fats. We are having the low glycemic index diet. We are having the high fiber, about 40 grams, could be more. The more is actually okay because you can remove it from your, like eliminating. And please remember to have 2 to 3 liters of water, as well as doing some exercise and breathing. I hope everybody is okay, and please keep going, keep up the great work and doing all the things we are showing you. If you have any questions, you can actually drop it on the channel. So I'm happy to answer your questions even after. So now, if you have any questions, you can. Plus, remember, Saladmaster cooking system. Some people maybe haven't invested. If you haven't got any of those, unfortunately, you can't get any result. Don't even think I have the menu when I really follow the menu. Oh, then you might say, I didn't really get any result. So you promised us we were going to reverse. Unfortunately, this is actually, we collaborate for a reason. Our approach and the way you prepare and cook the food, you actually turn the cooked food into medicine, not the raw food. Yeah. I hope everybody is understood and clear. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody. If you have any questions, I'm still here.
Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. Serap. That was such an interesting session. And I must appreciate you for taking your time to explain all of this lifestyle disease, and it has to deal with Nigerians, okay? Yeah. So we have some questions already coming in, but before I get to that point, I want to also encourage us to know that while you're waiting to take your lunch, there's a part of the snacks in your recipe where you could do some nuts, okay? If you notice, yes, some groundnuts here, and this was prepared with electric skillet. Okay.
Absolutely.
If you are a Saladmaster family member and you do not own the electric skillet, I mean, we are missing out a whole lot, okay? We encourage you to use the right equipment. Apart from what Dr. Serap has shared, you need to cook them the right way. It's not enough to get the recipe. It's not enough to cook the food, but it's enough that you cook them in the Saladmaster healthy way. So I'm going to just take some questions, and then I'm also going to ask, if you don't have a set of Saladmaster, please reach out to us right now. Today, we're going to be giving out the 9 quarts free of charge for anyone that invests in Saladmaster today. The 9 quarts. I'm going to share that later, but let's take the questions. So the first question here is coconut milk good for cooking since it goes through heating? That's the first question. Is coconut milk for cooking since it goes through heating?
Okay, coconut milk, I don't know what kind of food they are using, but as a plant-based milk, yes, they can, but as well as they are cooking the medium, which is the Saladmaster cooking system they can use. And yeah, that's safe.
Okay.
But please, some people ask me a question about, I extract my oil, can I still cook my food? No. I only encourage people to use the grated coconut just the 2-3 days before they finish cooking.
Okay, that is fine. I think that's the only question I have here. Any question here?
Yes, I want to can we use coconut oil to prepare a meal like our, in Africa we prepare stew and we use oil. Can we use coconut oil to prepare those?
Okay, so
okay, what's the question?
Okay, yes, she was asking if it's good to use coconut oil to replace the oil we cook with in Nigeria. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, I think I probably answered that question just like a minute ago. Basically, any plant-based kind of plant-based food, if you extract it, it becomes 100% fat. So even coconut oil, they believe that it's healthy. It's still oil form. When it's heated, it will cause oxidized fat. No, I mean, that's why I'm saying you can use a form of grating the coconut, using it at the end of your cooking, maybe 2-3 minutes. That will give you the flavor, that will give you oil and the fiber. This is the way you can do, but not the oil.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Serap.
That's why Saladmaster is helping you not to use oil. By the way, it's the belief, because our body doesn't need the extracted oil, only the cookware you used to use, I shouldn't say currently, you used to use in Nigeria. Otherwise, your food was going to burn because they were not really kind of designed for the heat. That's why you don't need the oil extracted. You need only the good fats, which is from the nuts, seeds, avocado, and the coconut. Okay.
Amazing. So the next question here is, for some families that are just starting today, we had some people doing their religious fasting, and they just joined us today for the very first time. So they're asking, should they start from the day 1 meal or continue from the 8th day? They have to go back to the very first day, or are they going to start from the 2nd week, like presented today?
Okay, I would say it's designed for a reason. You should really start from the day 1 menu. It doesn't matter because you are already receiving it. So they can start from the day 1. That's the way it is designed.
Okay, so the next question is, how can the diet plan help someone with kidney issues? Like the recipe that we have right now, how can it help somebody with kidney issues?
Okay, basically it depends on, so I can't promise everybody if I don't know their conditions, because if somebody has got already on dialysis, could be a little bit different approach than somebody has got kind of kidney, kind of like a inflammation in the kidneys, or kind of like a kidney failure, but they are not on dialysis. Yes, they can. Whatever the issues you currently have at the moment, it is safe to do this program. Don't worry. But if you should really let your doctors know, Maybe if they see some of the things they wouldn't actually improve, let us know, then we can actually help you. But it is safe for many things, but I would ask people to just to let their doctors know first.
Okay, so I think the person is actually on dialysis.
Okay.
Yes, so that's why he's asking if this would help on dialysis.
Okay, can you please ask that person to approach me, because I want to see what other factors actually they have. I can't really answer this question because I have to really be very honest. But the general lifestyle, yeah, you can.
Amazing, amazing. So the response is you need to reach out to Dr. Serap. Please consult your consultant or reach out to Yinka. If you're on the platform where we have all the families participating in this event, there's a lady who anchors the WhatsApp group. Her name is Yinka. Please reach out to Yinka and she would connect you to Dr. Serap, okay? These are part of the benefits you get when you invest in Saladmaster. In partnership with Food for Life, we are committed to bringing the movement back to healthy home cooking. And if you are not joining us today, then you're missing out. You are paying somewhere. You're either paying through your food or you're paying through your health. So this is the best time for you to invest in Saladmaster if you've not done that. This is the best time. And like I said, we are giving out a whooping discounts today because the idea is for you to have a perfect lifestyle. And if we can't make it easier for you to get it, then we're not in business, okay? So the next one here, Dr. Serap, is, can you please give us examples of seeds? I mean, the kind of seed that we can get in Nigeria that we can use for snacking, for the good fats, by the way. And again, to follow up the question, the person also asked, can we classify grains like corn, the Guinea corn, soya beans as seed? Can we classify them as seeds too?
No, they are in the legumes and beans group, what you said. But of course, all the legumes is included the seeds and nuts group as well. Yeah, you can specify them. The other question was about what kind of seeds people can snack or use in their breakfast. Okay, common ones in Nigeria, I think, because I ask questions, Nigerian people, I believe you have pumpkin seeds already, yeah? You have the sunflower seeds, you have the sesame seeds. So these are the three you can actually find in Nigeria. But if you want to have alternative, which is more expensive, if you don't want to spend more money, don't worry. These are the optional things. Chia seeds and flax seeds. But I always tell people, use the things currently grown in your country, so they can make the choice.
Amazing, amazing. So the next question is, okay, that today's breakfast has mango in the recipe, but our mango is not in season. What can be a substitute for mango?
Okay. See, if I was there physically, I would go by myself to the market. But yes, maybe you can tell me. But I say, if you can't find mango seasonal, choice of any fruit is okay. Is pawpaw okay? I mean, is pawpaw in season, papaya?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
yes, it is.
then mango and pawpaw, very similar. You can use pawpaw instead of mango, I would say, in the recipe, yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So the response is, if you can't find mango, please go for pawpaw. It's a good alternative to replace the mango. And again, if you don't know or eat mushroom, what can you use to replace the mushroom in the recipe?
You mean
mushroom.
If people don't like it or they have the allergies?
Well, yeah, they didn't say allergies, but I was asking, if you don't know what a mushroom is, what could be the substitute?
Okay. I tell you what, the reason we are recommending you mushroom for extra protein, because you don't have the saturated fat like animal protein. That's why this is actually giving the flavor of the food as well, like a fish or the meat or chicken. But if you don't want to have at all, you're not missing out too much. So the flavor is not gonna be as delicious, I would say. And you would have less protein in your food. These are the only things you might not have. But the mushrooms, you can ask, I'm sure you have local mushrooms, you have oyster mushrooms. You can buy it from the supermarket sometimes if you need it, but of course, if you don't have to.
Okay, fantastic. So thank you so much, Dr. Serap. I think that's the only questions I have on the chat box. Please, do you have any questions here?
Yeah, they classify oranges.
Okay, we have a question here. Where do we classify oranges?
I know it's fruits.
Okay, you mean classify like in the food group?
Fruits. You know, oranges are fruits.
Okay, I tell you what, most of the time I don't give much oranges because it could be a little bit acidic for the stomach. But if you don't have a problem with the stomach acidity, like some people have stomach ulcer, they might not be able to digest the oranges or tangerine or mandarins. So that's why you can choose your own. That's why it could be a little bit acidic fruit for the system. That's why I don't really recommend as much as the other fruits.
Okay, so I think I skipped one question, and the question says that there's actually a repetition on the menu set, the day 7 and 8, lunch and dinner. And a concern was also raised that yam and okra meal is a little bit hard for her to take. So what do you advise in that situation?
Okay, they can switch it. Okay, whatever they can actually, again, please be flexible on your menu. It's not must, because I don't know you as a person. This is generalizing it. If I know it as a person, I can actually choose the food exactly how you would like to have it or with your condition. But you know your body and yourself. You can switch it to other things. You can have brown rice instead, or sorghum meal, any other low glycemic index carbohydrate, yeah, sweet potato, cocoyam. You can switch it to anything you can, tolerate.
Okay, so that is fine. So before I get to the cooking, our chefs are ready to make the lunch for us. Thank you, Dr. Serap. In case you have any questions, we won't fail to reach out to you. Okay, so I'm going to just play a video of what the 9 quart looks like. Why are we interested with the 9 quarts? Because we want everyone to get a bigger item. At this point, we encourage you to invite your friends to eat out with you. Let them enjoy and experience what it means to have a healthy meal, okay? I'm just going to play the 9 quart video to show you what it looks like and to also explain. If you're interested in the 9 quarts, please reach out to us. Amazing. I'm sure that we have seen what it looks like, and believe me, every home deserves to have a 9 quarts, okay? If we're going to be selling the 9 quarts to you today, it won't cost anything less than $1,200. And this is what we're gifting you free of charge for making a decision to invest in your family's health. Remember, there are so many reasons why we invest in Saladmaster, but the high point is the fact that it heals your body from the inside out. And if you're interested in making yourself a very healthy person, because Old age doesn't kill. What kills is the sickness that comes with old age. And Serap also have explained that high blood pressure comes with age, yes, but if your immune system is strong enough, you can actually survive or beat it off, okay? So the 9 quarts is available for families who are willing to make an investment today, or you could say, well, I don't want anything new. I have a set already, but I've made some deposit. You have a chance today to make an extra deposit or complete up your payment, and then you will get the 9 quarts free of charge, okay? You get it free of charge, delivered to you immediately. Please, please, please don't forget to reach out to your consultant or drop a chat here right now, and we will reach out to you to make it possible for you to enjoy quality meals. The chefs are ready, and we're going to enjoy our lunch. Are you ready, chef?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm going to just turn off the camera and connect to the chefs.
With this, I know by the end of the 30 days, you have a testimony. Yeah, in our lunch today, we'll be preparing okra, yam and okra mixed with vegetables and mushroom. Yam, okra mixed with vegetables and mushroom. So these are the recipe. We have our vegetable here. There's a ugu. We have our vegetable here, ugu, the okra. We have local beans. We have onions. We have tatashe and shombo. Tatashe, shombo, onions, ginger, and garlic, which I've already blended here. And I have this, our spice, kanju spice, adobo goya, sea salt, and the mushroom. The mushroom can be, I think we have like 2 different types or more than that. It can be the round one, it can be the flat one. Either of it goes. So before I move into the lunch, we are having some snack here right now. The granite. Actually, the granite is fried in the Saladmaster skillet. Yeah, the one we call the bad boy. Let me show it to you. For you to know this is real, you can actually fry your granules in your Saladmaster skillet. Yeah, how do you do this? Get your Saladmaster, your electric oil cold skillet, preheat at 230. Wash your granule. You like add salt to eat the normal way you soak, but use sea salt. Use your sea salt. You dry, preheat at 230, then you pour in the granules in it, and you reduce to 170. You reduce from 230 to 170. Then you keep stirring until you have your desired result, until it turns brown. Very, very easy to make. Very, very easy to make. You don't need sand. You don't need to go and get your sand, the local way we fry our granule, but just pour in your granule here and turn your heat to 170. Within 30 minutes, your granule will be ready. That's one thing I love about Saladmaster. You don't need to go and learn how to cook. You don't need to go and stress yourself looking for recipe. Just get the item, pour it there, it will do the magic for you. Thank you very much. That's the granule. So, reading attention. Using this. So before I start, I need to chop my onions. I have 3 large onions here, so I need to chop.
First, the granules.
Ma?
The granules, where was the?
Yeah. Yes, you leave it open. You leave it open. You close after you check, stare, cover for a little while you check. Or you can leave it open too and just continue with stir frying. No, no tomato. No tomato. I have tatashe, shombo, onions, ginger, and garlic.
Yeah, you don't get
Yes, you can actually add rodo, but we are following the recipe.
Okay.
This is the recipe given to us for this program now. So at home, you are adding your rodo. You know, we don't cook with all. So you are not putting much rodo, just a little. You're not too spicy. Yes. Which one is that? This side. No, this. That's good. This one is okay. So I'm creating the cookware. So what I need to do first, I need to fry my onions. You know, our onions also has oil. So I want to fry the onions to bring out the oil from it. Yeah. Yes. Just the same way you put in your oil, then you like to, then not turn your onions to, yes, and doing the same thing now. Just to let you know, it is not the oil that will fry the onions for you. But you can only get this result while using a Saladmaster. This stir fry, it is translucent. You can do it two ways. I might pour in water first, or I can just go ahead and add in my sauce. Just the same way we cook with our oil. But the only thing is you are removing oil from this. So you can do it this way. Or you pour in your sauce. So I cover for a while. Then I like to simmer. Let's say for like 7 minutes. Let me put this in now. Yes. So while doing that, I can quickly dice in my mushroom. This one I have here. You cut your mushroom to your desired size, the shape you want. Yeah. Okay, it's just the same method when we want to cook at home. We measure the quantity of rodo we are putting in our tomatoes. So depending on the quantity of okra you are making, so you use it to do the same measurement. For the quantity of tatache, the shombo, you'll be adding to it. The same method we cook at home. The only difference is you are not adding oil to it. Yes. I'm just showing you the way you cook it, you are not adding oil. You can still do the same method. But because if you are not a Saladmaster owner, you can't do it this way. Because your other cookware will require oil. So when you try this way, okay, I first fry the onions in an empty cookware. If you try that in your aluminum pot, what will happen? It will get burnt. So you can only do that in Saladmaster. That is why you need to start investing in your own now. Buy your own Saladmaster now. If you are watching online and you don't have it, you need to start investing. You can see how I save oil. That money I used to save oil, you can use to get more mushroom. We are following today's recipe because we are on 30 days old challenge. Don't forget the mushroom is to replace your fish and your animal products in your food for these 30 days. The mushroom. You have to wash it. I don't think so. Or you can still wash it if you choose to. Okay, it's already washed. They just wrap it. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so while this is going on, we would need Dr. Serap to please round up her show so that we can focus on the cooking and then wrap up the show. Are you there, Serap? Okay, you need to unmute yourself, Dr. Serap.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Please round up the show.
Excellent. So I'm just going to wrap up today's program. I know you are going to continue with the cooking. And yes, as you can see, there was no any oil in the cooking. It is possible, isn't it? Perfect.
Yes, it is.
So enjoy, enjoy your lunch. And what I'm going to say, today is actually World Cancer Day. I didn't really put the topics today because I was going to do it on the week 4, which is in 2 weeks' time. But what I would say in this program, even you can, if you are on stage 1, 2, and 3 of the cancer, you can reverse it. Because it is also proven in this program. If you currently have cancer up to stage 3, if you are doing this, your result is going to change. So this is a good news, but please make sure you can also listen to us on the week 4 we are going to cover the cancer. So we are going to tell you more in details. And I hope everybody is going to be with us till the end, which is 30 days. So I'm going to let the office know soon what we are going to cover next week. I believe we are going to cover the weight management, which is the fat loss. And I would like to cover the digestive problems, including stomach ulcer and any other problems like constipation, hemorrhoid. If we have some time, we can actually cover some of the hormone-related diseases. But I let the office know probably as soon as possible. Then they will post it to you. Okay. If you have any questions for me later, please post it on channel. I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you, and have a great weekend and week. See you next Saturday. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Yes, bye, Sarah.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Enjoy.
you. Yeah. Okay, somebody also asked that the black spots on the mushroom, the inside, is it good to eat?
Of course. Yes, yes, yes. The black spot is good to eat. Then we have another type of mushroom. This looks like a flower. Different from the first one I caught. The first one was like a round something like this. But this one is. Where can you get this? From the supermarket, yes. You can get it from the shop right there. Depending on shop right. Okay, depending on the environment where you live. So I'm also going to cut my vegetables. That's my ugu leaf. Ugu leaf, my vegetables. I think we can see the cookware is clicking. Yeah, ma. The cookware is clicking now. It's alerting me to let me know that the heat is much. I need to check what I'm cooking. Saladmaster. Did you open it down before you put it on? Sometimes you open, you just put it on your cook or your gas. Then you now cover it to give you that sound. There is hair. You can see, even now I can't lift it. You can see I can't lift it. To let you know this is the airtight container. So it has still locked all the vitamins in the food. So they're less allowed to cook for a while.
And then I think female validate the order. Okay, so for those who just joined us on the show, this is the 9 quarts. This is the 9 quarts, the one we're giving out for free to anyone who is invested in Saladmaster today. Let me show you the size. Can you see that? That is almost the size of my palm. You get the size of my palm. And this can actually enter my head. You know, can imagine that. Okay, it is that big. This can cook for at least 7 to 10 persons. Okay, it depends on your personal control, but this can even cook more. Okay, so we're giving this away today for anyone who has invested in Saladmaster and wants to get an extra set, or you are yet to make a decision. Okay, so please, if you're interested in getting the 9 quarts, this is worth over $1,200. So this is our way of encouraging you to keep eating healthy. Yeah, you may not need this item, but you have family and friends who you know deserves to also eat healthy. Believe me, the cost of maintaining your health is cheaper than the cost of trying to find solution. Okay, we don't want to re-emphasize that because we're not here to do any business. We're here to enjoy the Cook School. But at this point, if you're interested, we are waiting here. You could chat me personally on the show or drop your contact and then we will call you and find a way to deliver this to you. We'll have less than 5. We'll have less than 5. So we are going to do it based on who calls first, and then we'll get it delivered to you before Monday. Thank you so much and continue enjoying the show.
So I need to add water. I now add my Iru to it. My local base. Iru local base. So I'm adding the Iru. So we have the oral, yes, then we have the one for anyone, depending on your choice. The room is washed. Are we here? So I'm adding the mushroom. So this is your protein. I'm adding my cajun spice, my adobo goya, and the sea salt. Which one, ma'am? Yes, you can use it, but because of the 30 days challenge, we are not adding this. Yes. Just adding the two. Try to get enough. No, you are using your mushroom. So you are using your mushroom to replace your chicken, your fish for the 30 days. This is the protein. Are you getting it, ma'am? So this is the protein. Your mushroom is the protein. So we are allowed to cook. I just need to add this water because I'm cooking large quantity of okra. So We need your attention. It's burning. It's burning. Oh, it's going on. It's a no. No, this one. I don't know if I want this. Okay. So let's do and check. I need to have a tape. I need to allow it to see my name came from the. Our yam is ready already. We have the yam ready. Okay. Our yam is ready. What we use here today is the yam flour. But I tell you have to use you can use your yam and pound it in the mortar. But before you do that, you need to distash it. That means you are using the culinary basket with your 3/4. So you distash it first before you now pound. Do you understand? Okay, like the 3/4 basket. Yes, you have to use this. What you need to do is wash your yam under running water with your food brush. Then you cut into pieces. Just pour it inside the basket. Add little water in the 3/4. Cover it. You need to starch the yam. Then you can now go ahead and pound. If you are using the local one. I know, but that means you have to cook how many times? I don't know how many people want to make it for. I don't know the number of people you are making it for, but at least you keep repeating it maybe like 2-3 times. Okay. Do you understand how? Okay, ma'am. So at home, it will be time consuming. If you are doing that, if you are cooking for a large number of people. Yes, ma'am.
You're not supposed to read that's the people. I know Ram and like so you cannot that time consuming and you're saying.
No.
After say. It might not be that time consuming as you say. What I'm saying to you in the restaurant, if I still give I have 10 people here, but I'm going to pounds. So definitely. Let's say you have to do it maybe 2 or 3 times. 2 times. And it doesn't like you said, if you have a typical you're thinking about is to have a bigger basket. For us to be able to achieve, I mean,
we used to, but currently we're out of stock. So this is the one available for now.
okay.
Yes.
So this is just going to be for an ideal family.
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. I know you asked me something before. Okay. So like I said, we have a yam flour here. That's what we use for today. So you can go ahead, do your pounded yam in the house, the local way, by using your mortar. But before doing that, you need to starch the yam by using the 3/4 basket. So in the next 5 minutes, I believe, in 7 minutes, the soup will be ready. That's the okra. No, you know we have to change from this. This stopped working. So I have to change from this to put it to the gas. I didn't even know the thing has go off. So I have to come and check. I saw that what I was cooking was not even cooking at all. So there was no heat there. I think we can add the okra now. These are okra. Ma, the okra should not be more than 10 minutes.
Okra,
5 minutes is okay. Boil it so that it will not change. If you put okra 5 minutes, you add your vegetable. The vegetable has to stay how many minutes too? Like 3 minutes. If you stay 5 minutes, everything will still be 10 minutes. Yes, we cover. I need to add into Goya instead of me adding the sea salt. Now I need to add my vegetable.
Wow. Thank
Let's do it. Now move on. I'll take it. Let me put down. It's one question. Don't tear down. Don't tear down. Let it work. No, I want to call it now.
Therefore, I think it's starting to give it to Mr. Victor.